Greetings, beloved beings. I didn't know what I was gonna film today, and Spirit was like, this is what you're gonna film today. I posted on my Instagram this morning. Well, it was scheduled to post, and I am going to read you the caption. Well, I mean, you'll know what this video is about based on the title, but here we are. So what I had said was, I am not a strong, independent Black woman. Yes, I am Black. Yes, I am a woman. Yes, there are many times in my life when I've had to be strong. And the reality is that I want and deserve to be safe, respected, soft, protected, cared for, loved on, valued, and paid. The trope of the strong, independent Black woman doesn't leave much room for the above, and it literally almost cost me my life, my peace, my joy, and my marriage. I don't want to be a strong, independent Black woman. I want to be Jasnell, the friend, the wife, the lover, the mother, the leader. And she gets to choose when she's strong, when and how much she needs her husband and her community, when to be soft, when to be stern, when to be gentle, when to yell, when to open her arms wide, and when to lean into an embrace. I don't want to do this alone. I don't have to do this alone. I open my heart to receive the love and support that Source and my ancestors are giving me. And of course, someone had written that, I won't say everything, but that that my mindset set all women back so far. And they quoted Stevie Nicks saying that what I'm seeing today is the exact opposite. I see women being put back in the place and I hate it. And I don't fully know, like, I mean, everyone has the right to their opinion. I'm sure this person that commented is basing whatever they saw or read from my comment based on like their life experience, which is totally valid and totally fine. But quite honestly, I think they missed the point. And I went on Twitter and I pretty much said that, yeah, like the strong, independent Black woman trope, it, in my opinion, it stems from trauma, it stems from slavery, it stems from lack, it stems from pain, it stems from hurt, and I totally get it. And I didn't say anything was wrong with the strong, independent Black woman trope. I said that it's not an alignment for me and what I want in my life, what I want out of community, what I want out of my marriage. It doesn't align. I'll just read what I wrote instead of me like looking back and forth. So I said, in my opinion, the strong, independent Black woman trope was born of lack and trauma. I totally get it and never said that there's anything wrong with it. What I did say was that it is not in alignment for what I do want in my life. If you want to be strong, independent, and not need people, a partner, or a community to support, protect, love on you, etc., that is perfectly fine. I can be a strong, independent Black woman, but I do not want to be. That narrative is exhausting, it's isolating, and it's not filled with as much love, warmth, and support as I like or need. I don't want to be hard and strong all the time. I want to be able to be soft when I want to. We are social creatures, and for someone or anyone to say that they don't need people comes from a deep place of hurt, and I have absolutely been there. I totally understand. I didn't want to need anyone, especially a man, because people hurt me, they abandoned me, and they failed me. It started with my father, and my own mother had very traumatic experiences with her own father, and she therefore taught me what she could to ensure that I survived. But after I got married, I realized how being an independent Black woman was detrimental to my mental health and my marriage. They could not coexist in the same space. And so I released the narrative that I had to be strong and independent, and I welcome being supported by my tribe and my husband while I work on myself and while I work for myself, or build the foundation and structure that I need to work for myself. I embraced more divine feminine energy, and I made room for my husband to embrace divine masculine energy, which has helped us very, very much. And yeah, it's the strong, independent Black woman trope absolutely serves a purpose. It serves a purpose. If it didn't, people wouldn't have aligned themselves to that agreement to be a strong, independent Black woman. And like I said, I've been hurt very deeply, very many times, and I was like, fuck it. I don't need people. I don't want people. Fuck these men. Fuck my daddy. Fuck that guy. Fuck this person. I was that person. Like, I completely understand that mindset. I know what it's like. And at the same time, for me, there was also a lack of intimacy. There was a lack of closeness because I didn't want anyone to come close enough to hurt me anymore. I self-isolated, I rejected people, relationships, intimacy. We're not even gonna get into vulnerability because I'm still working on that in my life today, in my marriage. But for one to say, I'll speak for myself, for me to say that I didn't want or need anybody absolutely came from all of the trauma that I experienced. And hyper independence is a trauma response, period. It's a trauma response. It's a response that says, I can't lean on these people. I can't trust these people. These people have or will hurt me, abandon me, not come through for me, fail me, traumatize me, lie to me, steal to me. So I'm just gonna do it myself. I don't need these people because when I let people in, it goes left. And again, valid response. There's nothing wrong with that response. And personally, to hold on to that trauma response for years, decades, even, I'm 30 now, it caused my life to be void of real love, of real friendships, I don't say real friendships, I have had real friendships, but an abundance of real friendships, of transparency, of authenticity, and it prevented me from showing up fully because I was the strong, independent Black woman, and that shit is exhausting. To do everything for yourself, by yourself, to not depend on anyone, to not have help. It almost killed me. It almost killed me. And even in my marriage, mind you, I go to personal therapy, my husband goes to personal therapy, we go to therapy together as a couple, and it kind of like made me realize, oh my gosh, like I'm causing my husband stress because I'm trying to do things by myself and I'm not letting him help me. And that wasn't even the path of least resistance. That wasn't even the path of ease for me to be the strong, independent Black woman. Like that was the harder path. The easier path in my situation was for me to lean back away from, I have to do everything myself. I have to do this. I have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I can't depend on him. I can't do this. What if he dies tomorrow? I'm gonna be asked out. This, that, and the third. Like, it was causing so much anxiety and then also causing so much depression based on how much I wasn't able to do because I was so stressed out. I was stressed out. This year I also went through my Saturn return, or I'm still technically like going through it, and like it was just so much stress that I was unnecessarily putting on myself. And that narrative, that agreement to be a strong, independent Black woman, again, was set, I want to say, I believe I was 12, because I can clearly remember my mother sitting me down and telling me, you are a Black woman. You have to work twice as hard as anybody else in this world because you are Black and you're a woman. You're at the bottom of the totem pole, so you need to like be top tier of everything. You need to not depend on anybody. You need to just do it yourself, figure it out, be independent, don't depend on no man for anything. This is what my mother told me, and I don't blame her. I'm not mad at her. That is what helped her get to where she was and is. That is what helped her survive. That is what helped her stay alive to take care of 3 daughters by herself. That is what she knew, and I'm not mad at it. And so for over half of my life, from 12 to 30, I was like, yeah, fuck it. I don't need nobody. I ain't dependent on nobody. I don't depend on no man. I do it myself. I get for myself. I figure it out for myself. I provide for myself. And it's tiring. It wore me down. It wore me out. And like I said, when I got into a marriage, I had to reevaluate a lot of the agreements that I had unconsciously made as a child, that I unconsciously made as a human being, as a Black woman in this body, in this life. And so from there, I realized how harmful that trope was for me and in my situation. And when I leaned into being supported by my husband, because that was like, I was not having it. I was not, I mean, granted, like he paid the bills, but like I was just mad at it. I was mad that I wasn't making more money. I was mad that I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, and I couldn't show up as like, I couldn't fully show up as a wife, or the wife that I had concocted in my head based on, again, the scripts and narratives that I've been fed throughout my life, through media, through whatever I imagined. And one day, like it literally hit me. I was talking to my cousin, and it just made me realize how much I was letting the traumas that I had experienced run my life and be in the driver's seat of my life. And I realized how, I say spiralizing, like how much I was spiraling because I was allowing the trauma to just take over, again, like the driver's side. And I wasn't even in the passenger side. I wasn't even in the backseat. I was in the trunk, honey. Like I was just like, I'm just gonna go along for the ride. You can take over. And I was like, wow, oh, this could be easier if I just leaned into embodying divine feminine energy, and if I allowed my husband to really show up in divine masculine energy as he wants to. Like he wants to do this, and he wants to take care of me, and he wants to provide for me, and he's willingly and happily doing this, and I'm sitting here rejecting it. I was like, no, 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 I don't want it. Like I need to be able to take care of myself. I need to be able to do this by myself. Why are you doing this? Why are you helping me? Why are you providing for me? Like I can't depend on you, because then something's gonna happen to you, and then something's gonna happen to me, and then I'm just gonna die. That was always like the end of my spirals. I'm just gonna die. And yeah, like I just leaned into it, and I said, okay, I'm going to allow, even though my husband was already doing it, I changed my mindset, my internal state, and said, I'm gonna allow this wonderful, loving, caring, supportive man to take care of me. I'm gonna let him do that. And I am going to focus on, in this order, myself, my mental health, my wellness, my husband, and my home. And I know some people are like, oh, you should put your husband first. It's like, no, I can't do that, because if I put my husband first, I'm not gonna be able to show up for him in my fullness. So my goal, my focus now is I need to make sure that I am okay. I eventually want to be a mother, and I need to start practicing these things now. And I need to lean into divine feminine energy, and I need to nurture and love on, and yes, protect and just create this safe space, this loving, sweet, soft, come here to my bosom kind of space for myself first. I'm reparenting myself. And then as I'm doing that, and as I'm able to pour into myself and nourish myself and nurture myself, I can show up more fully, or just fully period, as a wife. I can show up fully and nurture my husband. I can show up fully and take care of the household and do what I need to do. And this doesn't mean that that's all I do. I still do other things. I still work. I still am setting up my business. I am still having events, and I'm still helping other people heal, and I'm still moving in my career, and I am a wife. It's like there's a whole other video that I want to do on the things that I've learned since being married. But yeah, it just really hit me how much damage, was being done to my being in my marriage by holding on to the agreement and the narrative that I have to be a strong, independent Black woman. And like I said, it's not to bash anyone for wanting to embody that. This is not to talk down on anyone that believes that narrative, that agreement is for them. For me, I wanted to be able to be soft sometimes. I wanted to be able to be weak sometimes, and to have someone just hold me and support me. I wanted to be able to provide for my family, and if I can't provide physically, then I can provide emotionally and spiritually to my family, and my family includes me. And yeah, like, I know I'm probably flip-flopping all over the place, and I hope that you all are following, but my husband kept saying, like, if you're not able to do something, do what you're able to do. And he also said, if he's able to do something better or more efficiently in the moment, then let him do that, and then I can do what comes more easily to me, or what I am able to do. And so we don't necessarily subscribe to gender roles, or it's like I have to cook and clean and do all of these things. Like, he cooks, he cleans, like he does that, like he does all of those things, and at the moment he's the one paying like 95% of the bills. So for me, it was, what can I do to support him and supporting me? And if that means that, okay, I'm gonna have most of the meals prepared, or at least go get the groceries or whatever it is, so that he can focus on providing for and protecting his family, then yeah, why don't I do that instead of me just crying and being depressed in our bedroom all day? Like, that doesn't help me, that doesn't help him, that doesn't help us. I hope that what I said came across clearly. You don't have to resonate with this, you don't have to agree with it. I'm not right, I'm not wrong either. This is just what I found to be helpful in my marriage, what I found to be helpful in how I want to show up, how I want community to show up for me, it just has been helpful for me to create more space for ease and love, and like I said, to embody divine feminine energy and even divine masculine energy for myself, to have, you know, discipline and boundaries and structure. And to me, releasing the trope, the narrative, the agreement of the independent Black woman has just created a lighter sense of being. It's created more love in my life. It's created more honesty in my life. It's created more authenticity for me in my life, in my marriage, and in my intimate relationships with my friends and my family. And so yeah, I just want to say that, as scary sometimes as it is for me to even think or say this, but I need people. I need my husband, I need my family, I need my friends, I need their love, I need their support. I don't know, I do know where I would be without that. I would not be here making this video. I would not exist anymore. And I give thanks for the reciprocity that as I am being poured into, I can pour back into the people that love me the most. And even the people who hate me, I can still give them love with my overflow. And yeah, I hope that, what do I hope for this video? I hope that it just brought a different perspective into your field of view, into your radar. I hope that we can have conversation about it. I'm not here to argue with anyone or to convince anyone that my way is the right way, or that my mindset or the ideology that I believe in this moment is better than anyone else's or is best. I just want to share that with you because I don't hear a lot of Black women talking about the softness, you know. I feel like the world kind of forces us to be hard, and forces us to be independent, and forces us to have these closed, hardened hearts. And I would love to see us pouring into each other and loving on each other, and just filling each other up with more love, and allowing each other to just have moments of tenderness and softness, and to be able to feel safe and respected and held and loved on and valued. Because I feel like the strong, independent Black woman trope just kind of like exiles and isolates Black women, and then people perceive them as they don't need love, they don't need help, they don't need support, they don't need to be respected, they don't need all of these things because they got it. And at this moment, that just doesn't align for me anymore. So I think I'm just gonna for real end this video now. I'm just rambling, but thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like this. You're free to do whatever you so choose. I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. Peace.